Hi, this is Jenny Brock of Radiant Wholeness Healing, and today we're going to be tapping to release blame energy. And when I talk about blame, I am not referring to setting clear boundaries, to refusing to take on other people's stuff, take responsibility for their feelings, or stating that you'd like somebody else to be accountable for their actions, or stating the impact of other people's actions on you. Blame energy is really that energy of like, when we're feeling something and then we're projecting it onto somebody else and wanting somebody else to be responsible for what we're feeling. Often it's laced with energy of guilt, maybe guilting the person for something they've done or said, something like that. So without further ado, I invite you to check in briefly, maybe closing your eyes and just noticing where it feels like blame might live in your body. Is there any place that gets contracted, defended, jittery, tight? And then noticing when you feel under the blame, if there's a part that feels scared or helpless or vulnerable, that just feeling into what that part might be needing. And look at what happens to that part when your focus is on the external thing. And when you feel into that part that's underneath the blame part, also sensing if there's an age associated with this part that feels young. If nothing comes up, that's fine. And then when you're ready, we're going to start tapping. You can keep your eyes closed or open them. You can follow along with my points or your own sequence. And feel free to modify when you say it back to me, either out loud or in your head, tapping the side of your hand, taking a deep breath. Even though I have a lot of blame energy coming up, and part of me really wants somebody else to be responsible for my feelings. Even if I'm not consciously thinking that. I'm open to loving and accepting myself at some point. Even with all of this, deep breath, tapping all over your head, high blame energy, inside of the eyebrows. I see you. Outside of the eyes, I feel you. Under the eyes, I know that whatever we're feeling is so uncomfortable. Under the lips, breathe. The sadness, the fear. Under the collarbone. The shame, the hurt. Turning the anger. Ribs. And I know it seems like it would feel better out of the body to have somebody else hold that for you. Inside of the wrist. Have somebody to blame. For the wrist. And we can blame the outside world. Head as long as we want to. Inside of the eyebrows as long as we need to. Outside of the eyes. This is not about what is right or wrong. In the eyes. This is just about what's healing. Under and above the lips, breathe. And the truth is, under the collarbone, underneath the blame, middle of the sternum is a vulnerable part of us. Ribs, who is just wanting loving attention. Side of the body. And whenever we go into blame, wrist, focusing on the external, other wrist, deep breath. That part is feeling abandoned all over again. Tapping all over the head, inside of the eyebrows. It's possible that the best way to help these uncomfortable feelings outside the eyes is to bring loving attention directly to them. Under the eyes, deep breath. And feel free to modify what we're about to say to this part in any way that matches your reality, your truth. Under and above the lips. Hi, young version of me. Under the collarbone. Hi, scared part. Middle of the sternum. I'm so sorry. Ribs, that those in charge. Side of the body. Didn't have the resources or the tools. Wrist can manage their own emotions. Other wrist, I'm sorry they put a wall up. All over the head. Blamed you. Inside of the eyebrow. Took their feelings out on you as anger. Outside of the eyes. I am so sorry. Under the eyes. And under those circumstances, under and above the lips, it was so smart of you. Under the collarbone and brain. Sternum. To do whatever you needed to do. Ribs. Maybe split from your emotions externally. Part of the body, try to make it better for them. Wrist maybe hide. Other wrist maybe fight back. Over the head while internally hanging on to the injustice inside the eyebrows, the anger, outside the eyes, the blame, under the eyes. That's exactly what we had to do back then. And then above the lips, breathe. We can hang on to this flame energy as long as we want. Collarbone as long as we need to. Now sternum to feel like we have more agency. Ribs. That is what helped us back then. Side of the body. And the truth is, wrist circumstances have changed. Other wrist. And under these circumstances, wrapping all over the head, the blame energy is actually making us feel more powerless. Inside of the eyebrows, have less agency. Outside of the eyes. And at some point in the eye, it's possible we can let it go. Moving with the lips. And we can really heal and give compassion to this powerless part. Under the collarbone. And reclaim our full power. And it is possible that I am creating my own reality. Ribs, that I am not responsible for other people's stuff. My body, only my own. Wrist. And that conversely, others are not responsible for my stuff. Breathe. And wrist. I am open to letting this go. Good. Pause. Check in and notice the part of you that was in blame mode. If that part still feels pretty cranky and tight, you might want to keep doing rounds of these or do some of the other videos. And if it feels a lot looser, you can hold with this strategy of blaming and seeing how this was intended to help us call our power back. So think the strategy, really seeing how it served you when you were a kid, and also really feeling how in this current situation it's actually preventing you from feeling full agency. It's getting stuck in that sense of being dependent on other people for your well-being. And so if and when you're ready, releasing it to energy, to light, releasing any cord, connecting you to whatever might have happened then. And popping any trauma capsule that your young self might have been in where they felt powerless or blamed or learned this as a strategy to feel less out of control. Whoosh, catch them and bring them to current time. Fast forward from then to now. Feeling that young self integrating your current circumstances rather than your current self getting hijacked back into traumatic times that no longer exist. Taking a deep breath, tapping all over your body, taking it out, touching something, grounding. Beautiful. Thanks for joining me on the journey. There's also a video on powerlessness and feeling like a victim that is linked down below. And as always, please comment. I would love to hear how it went. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and sign up for a free 30-minute consultation if you want to know more about doing work that's tailored to you. Thank you so much.